Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and today I'm going to be covering why most OnlyFans agencies are a waste of time. So let's get into it. I'm Daniel. I run a 6-figure OnlyFans business to help create a scale massively and hit consistent 5-figure months. Over the years, I've spoken to hundreds of models and I keep hearing the same thing over and over again. I joined an agency and it was awful. The amount of times I hear this is crazy. You wouldn't actually believe how many times you would hear this, and it's because most agencies don't know what they're doing. And to find a good agency is actually hard. And so I like to use the analogy, finding a good agency is like finding a good partner. You have to go through a lot of bad apples to find the right one. And that's so true. You have to, it's like finding a relationship, right? Finding a boyfriend, finding a girlfriend. You have to go through a few shit ones to learn the things that you don't like about having a partner, or in this scenario, an agency, and things that you do like about it. And today, I'm going to break down the exact differences between a good and a bad OnlyFans agency, so you can protect yourself, make more money, and actually enjoy working with your team. So first, I'm going through all the bad traits that a bad agency has. So let's go. No proven systems in place is the first thing. They never built a repeatable system for growing subscribers or upselling fans. They operate on hope rather than data. They're literally winging it. And that's because they don't track anything. So they're literally winging it, gambling and anything. So they don't actually know what works. So for example, they tell you just do more content. There's no thought about funnels, traffic sources, or launch strats. They might run random promotions without tracking which ones actually make money. They can't tell you why one month was better than the last. They chalk it up to luck because they're too lazy to track anything, and they run it up to, oh, this one did well because of luck, and that's just not the case at all. So what's the impact, right? You're constantly busy but never know if the work you're doing is actually getting results. You can't scale because nothing is predictable or measurable. So you literally feel like you're gambling, and gambling is bad, so yeah. And this brings on to no structure or clear instructions. You're left to figure things out yourself. No onboarding process, no content calendar, no set posting times. They say send us content whenever, instead of we need 10 photos, 5 videos by Friday, and here's a style thing we're focusing on this week. There's none of that. There's no clear instructions to tell you what to do for the week. They expect you to guess what will sell, which leads to wasting time filming content that sits unused. You get messages at random times asking for content urgently because they didn't plan ahead. So why is this an issue? You constantly feel reactive instead of proactive. It's stressful, inconsistent, and you never get into a groove. Chatters aren't upselling. Their chatters are basically just message checkers. Instead of salespeople, they reply to messages but never turn conversation into purchases. So for example, the fans say, do you sell nudes? The chatters just say yes without presenting a paid option or enticing them to buy, with no use of bundles, pay-per-view series, or limited time offers. Conversations end with, okay, cool, instead of transitioning into something that contributes to future sales, to keep them ahead and to keep them intrigued, to keep the vibe going and to keep the relationship intact. There's just no relationship building. There's just, spam and sell, and that is it. And it's just cutting it with a dead end. The hard truth is, you might have the same number of subs of another creator, but make half the money because no one is driving sales. I've seen accounts with 500 subs make more money with accounts with 5,000 because of skilled upselling. So essentially, money is being left on the table. If you don't have a good chatting team on your page and a good chatting system, you will crumble and drown underwater. Poor communication. You're left in the dark. They don't share updates unless you chase them first. They're vague about what's being done. You ask, how's the promo going? And they reply with good, without any numbers, screenshots, or breakdown, and even results, right? You're left clueless and you're left in the dark. They disappear for days without an explanation. You find out about problems like a banned TikTok weeks later. Why isn't this ideal? You feel like you're gambling your career on a team you can't trust. You can't make informed decisions about your brand because you don't even know what's happening. And recently, I worked with a model who came from a bad agency previously, and she didn't even know her agency stopped promoting her until sales tanked. She said she felt like she was responsible for overseeing a team. Not respecting boundaries. They push you to do things you're not comfortable with because it sells better. They treat you like a product, not a person. Forcing explicit acts you don't want to do or posting content you said was private. Using language in chats that's completely different from your personality. And also as well, fans notice it's not you. Not only is this morally wrong, but this leads to burnout, resentment, and sometimes quitting entirely. It can also permanently damage your reputation and mental health. Again, I've heard from many models who had to leave agencies because they were pressured to kinks, fetishes that didn't align with them and what they felt comfortable with. So, no clear expectations from the start. They don't tell you exactly what they do versus what you do. Everything's vague. You thought they'll handle all your social media promo, but they expect you to post 3 Insta Reels a day and they didn't tell you that. You thought they'll manage chats, but they only answer messages for 12 hours a day. You thought they'll do 24 hours, but they didn't tell you that. You thought you'd get strategy calls, but you never speak to them again properly after onboarding. Not only is this unprofessional, it's confusing. Both sides feel frustrated and let down because the agreement was never clear. Most of these issues can be easily avoided with a proper onboarding document and meeting from the get-go. Making models carbon copies of each other. They take the cookie cutter approach. Everyone looks and sounds the same. So a bad agency will monkey see, monkey do, which is my favorite saying. Just because it works for one person doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. Same captions. They copy the same emojis, same outfit suggestions for every single model. Identical bios and banner photos on OF. TikToks are obviously recycled from other agencies as well, which is all crazy. This is a problem. You blend in instead of standing out. Fans have no reason to pick you over anyone else. I've seen so many occasions, multiple accounts run by the same agency where you could swap the faces and no one would even notice. How I like to think of it, instead of these agencies making multiple accounts with multiple niches, why don't you put all the niches into one account? Don't make multiple niches, make the main niche about the model, right? Because then you're in your own league, you've got no competition, and you'll thrive. Bad attitude towards models. They act like they're doing you a favor, not working in partnership, talking down to you or mocking your ideas and not letting you contribute. Being rude in messages, refusing to listen when you say something isn't working. This is probably the most common thing I hear. You stop feeling excited by your own career. It feels like you're working for them, not with them, but at the end of the day, it's a partnership. So you should feel as it's a team effort. And if you don't feel it's a partnership, the trust isn't there. And why this happens, the most why it's a common thing is because a lot of bad agencies have an ego problem. Their ego is out of control and they will never take advice or take an idea from a model because they think they're smarter than them. And they think, oh, we're helping you, so you're gonna they structure it as you're working for them when it should never even be like that. And yeah, it's a real problem. No personalized content strategies. They give every creator the same type of content plan regardless of niche, personality or audience. Giving a dominant BDSM creator cutesy girl next door captions, telling a non-explicit model to over-sexualize herself for reels, using generic hey babe openers in chats for everyone. Where this is all wrong. Personality is key. That's the answer. Fans can tell when something feels fake. Engagement drops, sales drops, and you lose loyal subscribers. Again, I've heard from models that their previous agencies' chatters have ruined connections with big spenders because they sound too much like a bot. Fans can notice even like the smallest changes in tone and can tell when it's not really you speaking. Now we're going to go through the good agency experience. Proven systems in place. They have repeatable, data-driven systems for growing subs, upselling fans and keep the retention high. The content promotion strategy mapped out week by week. TikTok, Reels, YouTube Lives. Pre-built chat funnels, so first-time buyer offers, upsell ladders, reactivation sequences for expired fans. Monthly performance reviews where results are measured and improved. Why does this matter? You're not gambling. You're following a process that's already been tested and proven to work for others, which massively reduces wasted time. There's no guesswork there, and you're following a strategic plan, and you're feeling the groove. For example, this actually happened. We 10x this creator monthly income in 30 days just because we have good systems in place. As you can see, this model went from making 2K a month, and in the first 30 days, we scaled her to 20K a month. Clear structure and instructions. You know exactly what to do and when. There's no guesswork. Weekly content calendar set in advance with posting schedule and themes. Checklist for what's needed each week. For example, we need 5 TikToks, 3 pay-per-views, one upsell bundle. The Google Drive Dropbox folders organized by type of content for easy access. This structure helps your workflow. You save mental energy. You can focus on creating instead of wondering what's next. One of our creators we just signed used to spend 2 hours thinking of what to post, and now just follows our content plans, and she finds it so much easier now to smash through to what she needs to do. She literally, as you can see here, this content plan is really helping me. I think before my issue is not knowing where to begin with content, or can't lie, work with structure has made it so much. Yeah. Chatters focused on upsell. Every conversation is treated as an opportunity to make a sale while still feeling natural. Hey, and then their name, I just recorded a new vid and no one has seen it yet. Want to be the first to see rather than just hi. So the reason why this is so much better than just saying hi is because you're creating curiosity and making them feel special. This then progresses the relationship that you have with the subscriber, and they're making them feel special because you just told them, do you want to be the first to see it? I just made it, and it's going to make them feel special inside, and then you're going to form that connection to be even stronger in the future. Building anticipation. Wait until you see what I'm posting later. Want an early preview? Offering tier/bundle options. So $15 for 3 pics or $25 for 5 pics plus 1 video. Effective how? More money from the same number of fans, no extra content needed, just better conversation skills. A creator we work with went from 1K to 9K weeks without gaining more fans, just better upselling. This is why it's so important to have an insane chatting team on your page. If they're just replying with boring stuff and not really pushing for those sales, then there's thousands being left on the table. And as you can see here from our model, crazy stuff, man. Good. Open and transparent communication. You always know what's going on with your account and sales. Weekly reports, which could show revenue breakdown, conversion rates, what went well, what needs improving, and top selling content. WhatsApp group for quick updates. We use WhatsApp. We find it's the best. We don't use Telegram or none of those other ones. Not that they're bad. It's because WhatsApp's the most known. It's probably the most easiest, I would say, for the model. So to try and make it easiest, so there's no friction there. Same day replies to messages. This is why communication is key. You feel in control of your business, not like a passenger. Keeping creators motivated is important, and it's even better when they send their results to you, expressing how happy they are with them. As you see here, I've replied there. What the fuck? It's so sick, man, so sick. Respecting boundaries. Build your brand within your comfort zone. Learning your boundaries so they know what custom content to accept from fans. In chats, they use your exact tone, voice, so it always feels authentic. They double check before posting anything that might be borderline. It makes things so much simpler, and as we all know, simplicity scales. You can grow long-term without feeling drained, pressured, or uncomfortable. We work with a non-fully explicit creator who stays in her comfort zone and still hits 5 figures because the strategies fit her. Clear expectations from day one. You know exactly what's included, what's expected, and how success will be measured. Onboarding call plus written agreement outlining who handles content, promotion, chatting, and reporting. Clear income, goals, and steps to get there. Milestones reviewed monthly. Why is this a better way? It's a better way because there's no confusion, no surprises, just a smooth working relationship. This avoids resentment and keeps everyone accountable. Personal brand building. Your brand is yours. Strategies are custom to your personality, look, and niche. Tailored content ideas, cosplay for one creator, fitness for another, girl next door for someone else. Unique OF banners, bios, and captions that fit your vibe. Market one, which means create a niche around you. This way, it's non-compete. Being unique scales the most, and it's one of the most important things, I'd say. You stand out in crowded market, building loyal fans who pay premium prices. At the end of the day, there's a ton of creators who do OF, so you have to think, why is someone going to subscribe to me specifically? You have to make yourself stand out. Supportive partnership. You're treated as an equal and your ideas are valued. They listen to your suggestions and test them. They encourage your input in branding decisions. They celebrate your wins as much as you do. Why is this a good idea? You enjoy working together and feel ownership over your brand's growth. We've helped countless models feel valued when working in partnership. When working towards the same goals, there's no reason why you shouldn't be working as a team. And I believe hitting your goals as a team, and for me personally, it makes me feel so good about them and how they've reached that goal. Makes them feel so happy, which makes me happy. Tailored content strat. The strat matches your personality, audience, and strengths. Custom chat scripts designed to sound exactly like you. Pay-per-views ideas based on what your fans have brought the most. Seasonal and event-based promos. For example, you got Valentine's, you got Halloween, you even got summer. This can help with big spenders, whales too. Fans feel like they're truly connecting with you, which builds loyalty and boosts spending. If you're with an agency right now and you're ticking off more of the bad signs than the good ones, it might be time to rethink who's in your corner. The right agency can completely change your life, not just in terms of income, but how much you actually enjoy the process and working. That's exactly why we built our agency, to give creators the systems, respect, and results they deserve. So if you've been burned before, or you're ready to see what's like to work with a team that actually cares, my DMs are open, no pressure, just a chat to see if we're a fit. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's video. And yeah, see you soon.